Everyone, this is Gia, and this is Surviving a Narcissist 101. I'm here with 24 years experience in a narcissistic relationship, and I am sharing information regarding this topic with people, hoping that it could help someone to either navigate their current relationship in a healthier, better way, or so that they can avoid being in a relationship or getting into a relationship with a narcissistic person to begin with. Today I'm going to discuss narcissists and their grandiosity. So narcissists are grandiose. Okay, the typical narcissist is extremely grandiose. Like, they're always talking about themselves and hyping themselves up, and they're extremely confident, charming, and they are constantly talking about their goals as if it's happening right now. Although it could be like years away. Like, they could be a freshman in college and they could be talking about, well, I'm going to get my PhD, or I'm getting my PhD, in whatever topic, or my master's. They talk about it as if it's happening now. But the type of narcissistic grandiose that I'm talking about is a little more quiet, and I'm going to discuss it right now. The quieter, grandiose narcissist is always concerned with outside appearances. He's always concerned, or she's always concerned with what others think or see. So, for example, they are concerned with you and them looking like the perfect couple on the outside, like we're perfectly in love, we're a perfect family. But the reality is that behind closed doors, that is not the case. And they're extremely rude and demeaning to the people closest to them. Now, here's another thing when it comes to grandiosity and narcissists. They get into things that they cannot really afford. They are really bad at managing money. Extremely bad. So, for example, they'll purchase a new car. They're like, oh, well, I need a car. I need a new car. I really need the car, but I want this specific car, and it has to be this specific model. And if they don't get their way, they'll throw a tantrum. And now you're dealing with someone throwing a tantrum every day until they get what they want, because they will eventually break you down, where you're like, oh my God, if I don't do this, this person is going to continue to throw a tantrum, and our life is being affected by this. So you go into debt, into something that you really cannot afford to provide them with this. And once they get it, they're totally happy, and they're like, yeah, but guess what? They're never really happy because they're empty inside. So that happiness lasts such a small amount of time that they go back into the tantrum mode, because now they're obsessed with something totally else that they want to get and can't. And it's like a full circle, and it's very exhausting, and it's terrible on finances, and it puts a lot of strain on a relationship. Now, here's the other thing that they do. They're very charming, and they are very on the outside to other people. They're very charming, and everybody that comes around them that doesn't know them, they captivate other people, and people think, oh my God, that's such a great person. But the reality is they're not, because behind closed doors, like I said, they're only worried about the outside appearance, but not what's inside. Inside, behind closed doors, they are horrible to the people that they care about, or the people that care about them. The other thing that they do is they go into things that they can't really handle or afford, but then they do not take responsibility when things go wrong. So, for example, with the car, if they buy a new car and now the car needs to be repossessed because they can't afford to pay it, and everything is kind of falling apart, now they're like shifting the blame to you or to someone else. They literally will not accept any responsibility for anything they do, so they project blame to others. Now, these narcissists are so charming that they will love bomb you in the beginning of the relationship with professions of love and affection, telling you how much they feel for you and how much, they cannot live without you and everything. And they also do some grand gesture like asking you to marry them in some grand fashion or something. But all that immediately goes away after they have you, and you are left thinking, what happened to those great dates that we used to have, all this love bombing? And then you're like, maybe they will come back. So they keep you under, they use love, fear, and guilt to like keep you, manipulated into staying with them, because they use love when they feel like you're like pulling away. They use a little love bombing to like be like, oh, okay, maybe there's a chance that these days come back. And then they use fear, because if you, don't want the relationship to end, or you really care about it, or you're married, or you have children, or anything like that, and they feel that they can use fear of them leaving you to keep you there, they'll use that to their advantage. And of course, they use guilt. They make you feel guilty. They put blame on you, and they make you feel like you're the one that's at fault. You're the one that did wrong. You're the one that's this horrible person. But in reality, you're not. So I hope that this can help someone out there, and I hope that you can avoid getting into a relationship with someone like this. Remember, they're very charming, so in the beginning, you have to watch out. Guys, I really appreciate you guys listening to my content, and I will continue these videos because it's something that is very near and dear to my heart. And I would appreciate if you guys can drop a comment and let me know if you're in a relationship like that, or if you're experiencing something like that. I definitely would love to hear from you guys. This is Gia. Till the next one.